Hello, Happy New Year and welcome back to the Martel Show podcast.
Where can it be found?
martelshow.com.
Aye. 4 attempts there.
4 attempts.
Right. TNA's got a pay-per-view coming up, right? As we're recording this, it'll be on, like, the night. But I'll probably put the podcast up tomorrow at some point. So what I want to do is get all your predictions, and then everybody will know whether they're right or no.
Right.
So it's called Genesis. Do you know why it's called Genesis?
Is this the first pay-per-view of the year?
Because fucking Jarrett.
What about him? Oh, he's left, aye.
No, because it's the fucking... What do you think of when you think of Genesis?
Beginning?
Bible?
Aye.
Aye, well, Jarrett.
I don't necessarily think of the Bible, I just think beginning.
Alright, well, what do you think Americans think of when they hear Genesis?
Bible.
Aye.
Aye.
Jarrett.
Right.
Right, so Genesis, and it's the first of the year. But no new storylines are made, or anything big happens. Really.
As far as you know.
Well, no, just looking at the cards, right? I don't know what order these matches are in, actually, because the list I'm reading's got it all to fucking pot. So I'm going to take a running guess and say that the Pope versus Devon will be first.
Right.
Who's going to win, the Pope versus Devon?
Devon.
Devon?
Aye.
But the Pope's got his kids.
I'm saying Devon.
Do you know who's responsible for this storyline?
Do tell.
Fucking the black man steals some kids.
Do tell.
Jarrett, innit?
Jarrett.
We were saying in the chat, it's like fucking... Only in TNA would you get, alright, you're a black guy and you're a black guy, so we're going to team you together. What's their gimmick? Oh, you're the black guys.
Their names.
Like, and that's it. So because you're black, it's like, oh, we'll get the family in and all this shit. Like, Devon used to be good. Devon used to be a fucking character, and the Pope used to be doing all his healing and shit. And it's like, no, you steal kids.
So who do you think will win?
Fucking the Pope.
Really?
Kids all running. They don't say the stipulations like children in a pole or anything like that. And I know fucking Russo loves these pole matches.
That would be pretty fucking funny to watch.
But alright, so that doesn't have a stipulation. Next up, I think probably with TNA being TNA, we'll have the X Division 4 corners match.
Right.
Austin Aries.
Austin Aries, Kid Kash, Jesse, Sorensen, and...
Sorensen, aye.
I don't know, man, I'm just reading it.
Right, the Sorensen guy's a fucking dick. His whole gimmick is he walks down with an American football in his hand.
Right.
Right? But he doesn't throw it into the crowd or anything, Ken, for like a pop. He
Right.
just walks down and all the fans were trying to like... And I think he's a face, but all the fans were trying to shake his hand and get the ball, and he was having in it, he just fucking hods it under his arm and that's it. So the guy's a tool. I don't know why they're pushing him. Zema Ion thinks he's brilliant. Fuck knows.
Is he?
He's alright, aye.
Your prediction?
I want Kid Kash to win, because, like, did you see Kid Kash beating the shit out of Kendrick?
No.
No, it was last year on Impact. It was pretty funny. Kid Kash should just beat folk up.
I thought you liked Austin Aries.
I do, and he's the champion, but, like, it'd be a good laugh if Kid Kash just bet the fuck out Sorensen and Zema Ion.
I'll agree with you and say Kid Kash.
Right, next we've got... See, it's see with TNA, right? You've got like a clear main event. Well, unless Hogan's on the running. You've got a clear main event, and then I don't fucking know, right? So I'm going to say Abyss versus Bubba Ray.
Abyss is a monster, but I'm going to say Bubba.
Abyss was a monster, and then they did the fucking Hulk Hogan Legends ring, where Abyss turned into a superhero because he got Hogan's fucking Hall of Fame ring.
Aye, but the size of him, he's a big guy.
But it just ruined him. He's no evil. He's no fuck all anymore.
So you're thinking Bubba?
I think Bubba, because Bubba's like... If Abyss loses, he rejoins Immortal. And who's left in Immortal now? It's like Bubba, Angle, and fucking that's it. So, aye, get Abyss back with him. Although Abyss is supposed to be losing the mask, so maybe Abyss wins.
Time it. It says the members of Immortal are Bischoff, Bully Ray, Gunner, Kurt Angle, Ric Flair, and Scott Steiner.
Well, see, because the random tag team things they've been doing, Steiner's away with somebody else. Bischoff's not been on the telly at all.
Right, they bought it.
So, Abyss is supposed to lose his mask shortly. So, like, he might win. And then he's like a face with a mask. It'll not do anything for him. They ruined Kane when they took the mask away.
Well, they've ruined him, giving him it back.
I think they gave him it back now as if to be like, aye, we're sorry for taking it away. Fucking 5 years worth of damage is
It's just a
done.
bit of fucking...
Just... And then he's cutting promos again. So it's like bald Kane with a mask.
With the hair on the mask.
Aye, with the hair and the mask, that's fucking ridiculous.
I know, man.
Sewn into the mask.
We're just taking the fucking piss at him. Anyway, what do you think the next match will be?
I think the next match, probably because TNA, Rob Van Dam and Gunner.
I'm going to say RVD.
Ric Flair is managing Gunner now.
Well, Ric Flair interfere, do you think?
Ric Flair will probably interfere.
He's getting old, though.
He's a heels run in. That's the way it is.
Right, no, he's not running anywhere anymore.
Well, he's going to roll in.
Roll in.
Just going to do the usual Flair stuff. There was this thing, and I like Flair. Flair's entertaining. But back when it was like a committee who decided who won the fucking NWA championship, it was decided Flair would get the belt. And the reason a certain promoter voted for Flair is because he was sick of fucking Flair wrestling the exact same match night in, night out in his territory.
Right.
Because Flair always does like the same 5 fucking the corner bump at the top, the down on the knees bleeding, the fucking delayed fall on the face and all the rest. And Flair's like fucking, it's been a long time since he was champion and he's still doing that. But he needs the money, so he'll run in.
Instead of elbow drop in RVD's joint or something.
Like maybe, I don't know, did you see the episode of Impact where Gunner got caught up on with a paper cup?
No.
His nose was like pouring blood, it was like a cut at the top of his nose. Absolutely pouring out. So I think maybe like they take in a paper cup to taunt Gunner with, and Flair starts elbow dropping that. RVD to win, obviously.
Yeah, I think RVD will win.
But Gunner's a fucking joke.
Right. But if Ric Flair's interfering, I thought you were going to say Gunner.
No.
Right, so we're both agreed in RVD.
When Ric Flair runs in, RVD will win by DQ anyway.
Right, so what's next? Tag team?
Oh aye, very interesting match here. Crimson and Matt Morgan versus Joe and fucking Ultra Magnus.
I'll say Crimson and Matt Morgan.
Why would Crimson and Matt Morgan win? They've not got any charisma between them.
Because they barely ever fucking lose.
That's because they've been fucking booked to set up a new tag division.
Joe's put on a lot of weight, do you not think?
Aye.
Or TNA against folk, they put on a lot of weight, the way WWE is.
No, like, with a guy like Joe, they either want him like really big, Ken, or you want him like looking like fucking AJ or Crimson or whatever. Because when you look in between, you just sort of look out of shape.
Right.
In TNA, because they don't have a mixture of body types. But then
I've never actually heard of the Magnus guy, but I've just looked him up, and I don't want him to win.
Like,
he was in the revival of Gladiators.
I want to point out the fucking WWE guys all have the exact same body shape as well.
Know them all.
Used to be you'd get like a John Tenter. A big fat fucker. Big fucking guy that looks like he plays darts for a living. Right? Earthquake and Typhoon.
Skinny these days. What's that wee Norwegian guy? He's only like
They
20.
even took darts away from us. You can't have a pint and play dart, and well, you can't the dart players can't have a pint while they're playing anymore. It's all serious. But aye, no fat guys in wrestling anymore. So Joe's bringing it back. Joe and Magnus to win. Just because Crimson's a fucking joke. Matt Morgan can't wrestle.
I'm saying Crimson and Matt Morgan to win.
You are the death of TNA. Right. Angle and James Storm next. I assume.
Angle.
Angle to
I'm
win?
not saying I want. I'm not saying who I want to win, by the way. I'm saying who I think will win. So I think Angle will win.
Why?
Because he didn't before. I think it's time that he did. Otherwise he's just going to look like a fucking idiot.
Angle needs to be putting folk over. James Storm should win and then hopefully go on to face Roode again for the belt. Now that he's fully
Do you know, I
healed.
think there's just like so much that Angle can fucking lose before he does just look like a joke though.
I'd say a year's worth of fucking stupid matches with Jeff Jarrett, including a fake MMA thing, made him look like a joke. I'd say letting Jeff Jarrett get your fucking wife makes you look like a joke. I'd say fucking adverts for direct auto insurance when you're getting busted for drink driving every fucking week makes you look like a joke.
Angle, though.
I like the Angle. See when Angle first came down? And the whole...
TNA or WWF?
In WWF, and folk would do the you suck in time to the fucking trumpets.
Aye.
Oh, a glorious fucking time.
But you didn't like him then, did you?
You're only supposed to.
Started liking him when it got to Invasion and shaved all his hair off instead of getting aggressive.
But that was years ago.
I know.
At this
But
stage.
I've always liked him since then. I don't know why.
He's not the same guy.
He's beginning to look quite old, I will say that. I don't know about the wrestling, I've only seen maybe 2 matches in the last couple of months.
He, at Bound for Glory, he injured himself. He had to be helped out.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Does he not get injured quite often though?
Aye. Well, he gets injured, like, fucking kayfabe. He gets busted for drink driving a lot. He's got a lot of court. A lot of fucking TNA people have got court dates. And you know who I'm surprised isn't on this fucking lineup here? Kennedy.
Anderson,
Anderson.
aye.
Ken Anderson. Aye.
Aye.
They usually shoehorn him into every angle.
I never knew he was still wrestling.
Aye, still wrestle. He was a face last time he was on.
You know I don't watch TNA that much.
Well, he's still on the go. If Angle doesn't get busted for drink driving, or fucking if he wasn't already, again, he should still lose because fucking they need to have Storm and Roode. Knew the Storm's fucking 100% health, whatever that pish was about, and he's cleared to compete, so they can have the rematch that they've been building.
Well, if you're thinking that, then you must think that Roode's going to beat Hardy.
Why would they give the belt to Hardy? But before we get to the main event, we've got a lovely fucking
Mickie match.
Mickie James and Gail Kim. And this is why I kept it till fucking later on, because I know TNA will put it right close to the top.
You know I've got a thing for Mickie. I don't know why.
2 impacts ago, I think it was, they had the match. Was it Gail and Mickie, or was it Gail and somebody else? I think it was Gail and Mickie. And it went to like 20 minutes. And it was a fucked up finish. That's probably how they're having the championship match at the pay-per-view. It was like a bullshit finish. And folk ran in and whatnot. But, like, the 2 of them can actually wrestle. It's not a case of we've got a fucking Madison Rain or a fucking Von Erich or whatever.
2 are quite hot in the ring, right?
But can he wrestle worth a shit? Like, see when you see...
Does it matter as long as they're that hot?
Aye, it matters, because
Seriously?
when you've got fucking, like, the WWE divas,
Aye.
they get 2 minutes in the ring, whether there's fucking 2 of them in the ring, or fucking 12 of them in the ring, and that's
Well, you know I've
because
said
none of
this
them can
to
carry a match.
Like Beth and Natalia should be feuding and whatever. So we have to get real wrestling matches. But still, it is nice to look at them sometimes. I don't like Eve, but when she does her wee ass bumping thing, I love her.
Aye, but here we're getting a match. Gail's alright to look at, Mickey's alright to look at, and they can both fucking run the ropes.
I don't find Gail attractive at all. Mickey's lovely though. I don't know, she's just so womanly looking. Maybe not her face so much, but I don't know, she's just got a brilliant woman's body.
We're not got to get a match where fucking it's a moonsault and a victory roll. As a side note, right? And I will fucking go on about like Kelly being shit and no able to run the ropes, and Beth no knowing how to kick out of a fucking schoolboy pin and whatnot.
Every fucking time. It's the only thing that beats her.
Our only weakness, our Achilles heel. But fucking, they had the Juggalo Championship Wrestling pay-per-view last year, the Legends fucking thing. And they must have like 15 matches in the card or something, over the space of 2 hours. And it ran late and fucking it didn't start until about 8 in the morning. But a lot of the matches, I would say almost every match, ended with a fucking victory. Even the ECW fucking Legends match with Raven and like proper guys who can still go, end it in a fucking schoolboy.
So you think they should teach them how to kick out them then?
I think folks should I think it's lazy writing. A schoolboy, how do we finish the match? Especially with the women. It's not clear what the finisher is. Right, now Gail Kim's got this submission hold she's been locking on the past few matches. And it looks really painful. But is it a finisher or what? Like she went for it like 2 times back to back to try and fucking weaken Mickey the other week. But like, do the folk know that
that's a finisher?
That's a finisher?
Right.
Because you need a clear ending to the match. So,
how do you think win?
For the bookers, it's just like, alright, the clear end, I don't know what the fuck Mickey's finisher is, so we'll just, which is a DDT, I believe, we'll just have the fucking schoolboy.
Yeah. Should not get, like, the kick to the side of the head.
Aye, but she does a DDT, you know.
Right.
I think a kick counts.
I've not got a clue. I know that it was the kick in WWE, and I've seen her doing the kick in TNA, so I just assumed that was still a finisher.
I think Gail Kim should win.
Do you think she will win?
I think so.
She's won the last few though, you know. So I think she should keep winning.
Yeah, well, she shouldn't lose to somebody like Mickey.
I would like Mickey to win.
I would like fucking Velvet Sky or somebody to win. Because, alright, Gail and Mickey go at it, right? And it's good seeing fucking the two of them have their matches. And it's like reliving fucking Divas matches for when Divas matches were good and all the rest. It's like fucking Cena versus Orton after a point.
Aye.
You need to have somebody fucking else win. So hopefully Gail Kim
I'm
will win.
all for seeing Velvet Sky. You know, so if you want to start some sort
She's
of
not been on
petition,
TV. There's a lot of them fucking just disappeared. A lot of like.
If I start some sort of petition to get her back on TV, I'll happily sign it.
No, even just like the knockouts. There's a lot of like fucking, just a lot of folk in TNA that have disappeared. Fucking the two of them for Yank Inc. Although I think Jesse Neal actually left TNA. Mexican America. A lot of folk just disappeared. Fucking Jacqueline.
Did she go to TNA?
Aye, she was. Her and ODB were a tag team. Torment and Velvet Sky for a bit. Because she was Jarrett's fuck toy.
Jeez.
Jackie got brought into WWE, well, WWF at the time. as like Mark Merrill's new woman. Because Sable had left Merrill or something, or he was replacing Sable. But basically, like, even before then, I think back in the fucking, like when Jeff was still working for his fella, Jackie was his fucking bit on the side. So, that's why she was with TNA. Roode versus Hardy.
Roode versus Hardy.
Meth Hardy. In the main event. Meth Hardy, a guy who fucking less than a year ago was that out his face that he fucked up a pay-per-view. And cost TNA fortunes. Folk getting their money back.
No, just the one fortune, a number of fortunes.
A number of fortunes. Like, now, to be honest, right? TNA pay-per-views get like, I'm going to say, they would top out at fucking 10,000 buys.
Right.
It's not a lot of money to be handing back. But then, if you're only selling 8,000 a month, you're not making a lot of money to begin with.
Well, I'm just looking at the stats now. Apparently, the last pay-per-view only got 8,000 buys. That's...
Oh, they're regularly they're about 8,000, and then they'll get the odd one that's 20,000.
Apparently, it's only 0.5% of TNA viewers that actually watch the pay-per-views.
Oh, they get like a million.
Quite a lot of folk that watch it without paying for it.
1.5 million or something, but there's no even that. If you try to find a TNA pay-per-view stream, folk just don't bother.
Really?
It's no like with the WWE where there'll be a stream up and it'll last 5 minutes and then gets taken down. It's like, no, there's like nobody bothers.
But I find it more enjoyable than WWE. I don't know if that's just because I've not really watched much TNA, so it's still quite new to me.
Is it because a lot of them are...
Like days as well.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying.
WW and ECW.
And it's a lot of ex-ECW, WCW and WWF wrestlers.
Aye.
Like fucking Meth Hardy.
I mean, I used to sit and watch loads of like ECW videotapes. I'd find them in like second-hand shops or pound shops. Sometimes they actually sold ECW tapes for like £1 and shit like that. And I just used to watch them all the time. And obviously WCW had a lot of them on tape too.
Jim Cornette. I don't know if you know Jim Cornette, right?
I know the name.
But Cornette goes like way back. He was a manager in fucking like this place and this place and this place. And a commentator for a bit, and he was a booker. He ran his own promotions and all the rest.
I've just looked him up, I know who he is.
He's like sort of a big name, but like, no really.
No.
Jim Cornette used to say about ECW, he'd be like, right, 1 week you'll have a guy going through a table. And then the next week you'll have a guy going through 2 tables. And then the next week you'll have a scaffold match and they'll go through fucking 4 tables. And where the fuck do you go for there?
5 tables.
So then you get like all these ex-ECW wrestlers, right? And they'll speak about like New Jack and they'll be like, now you would think, right, one table stacked in the other. When you go through it, first table breaks your fall and then you go through the second table.
Aye.
But what actually happens is first table fucking breaks and goes to the side, right? So the guy that's coming down and supposedly on top of the other guy goes straight into fucking concrete.
No good.
But of course, Paul told them to go through 4 tables or whatever, so they did it.
My God. Was he alright afterwards, aye?
Oh, because they're all fine. Like, New Jack was fucking... He's had a number of falls. He was blind in one eye. Fucking brain fluid coming out his ears and everything.
He did not, however, Martin, go into the ring and stab somebody.
He did.
You'd love to fucking tell me.
He did.
Never.
There was a match in Florida, and you can actually buy this fucking tape for New... Well, no tape, but you know what I mean, for New Jack himself. And whatever it was, fucking the guy stiffs him one, and New Jack had like some sort of fucking sharp wee knife in his back pocket, and he pulled it out and just started stabbing the guy and stabbing the guy and stabbing the guy.
You were telling me that he went to fucking jail for it and all that, he never.
He did. The police, whoever phoned the police came to the arena with fucking guns out. Like, they never said that was a wrestling match. They said there's a fucking black man just stabbed a guy multiple times. It's 28 days or something he served. And then the charges get dropped. Because the guy was like, you know what, we can take this match fucking and tour with it. And a big rep because of the news story. But aye, he did actually go to jail and all the rest for it.
Aye, but you were trying to tell me he get done for fucking murder. And he never?
No, it was attempted murder.
And the way you told it to me was that he wasn't even meant to be in the fucking match. Because we had this discussion before.
Oh, well, to be fair, right, New Jack's been involved in a lot of like stabbings and cuttings and things like that. Like, he had mass transit where he just fucking cut a guy's fucking head wide open. He's with Terry. Oh, what would our right name be? Fucking, I can't mind.
Terry for WWF, Terry Runnels.
Terry Runnels, aye. Goldust 6.
Aye. Right.
He was with her and, like, I don't know what happened, but like, he was saying she had fucking Hep C, and he was got to sell sex tapes and photos there and all the rest. There's a big thing happening.
For fuck's sake.
All of this more entertaining than TNA's main event, by the way. Again, Hardy v Roode. For the belt, Roode wins. Aye.
Well, I think he has to, I suppose, aye. If they're going to keep going with that fucking storyline for him and Storm to fight again.
Right, say Storm Disney win the night. Right? There's no point in Roode keeping the title. Right?
So you think...
However...
Who wins the Angle match?
Like, why Storm and fucking Roode should both win their matches is because who the fuck wants to see Angle v Hardy?
I wouldn't like to see Angle v Hardy. As much as I said I like Angle and I do like Hardy, I think Roode should win. I've not watched TNA for long, but I like Roode's character. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about him that I just like watching him wrestle.
Look,
I like the fact that he runs out the ring quite a lot as well. As annoying as it might get for folk, I think it's quite good.
that's what a heel does, wins by any fucking opportunity. They've got a fucking, like, a backstory, right? They've got fucking unresolved issues. TNA being TNA, we probably will end up with fucking Hardy v Angle at the next pay-per-view. Against all odds. Well, that's the name of the pay-per-view. No, if they're calling it against all odds, and they want it to make sense, it'll be fucking Storm versus Roode, and Hardy and Angle they can sign books at the side of the arena or whatever.